There are lots of pots and pans on the market that say they have a lifetime warranty, but cast iron pans are really the ones that are built to last a lifetime and more. Today we're going to show you our experience working with Smithey Cast Iron, more specifically their number 12 Skillet Combo, which is their 12-inch cast iron skillet and their 12-inch griddle, which also functions as a lid for the 12-inch skillet. We'll run tests on a gas range, in the oven, on a grill, sear a steak, see if an egg sticks, bake biscuits, make scratch sausage gravy, and more. So if you're thinking about adding a Smithey pan to your kitchen, this video is for you. I'm David Gafford, and this is the Barbecue Lab. Melissa and I believe the backyard is a sacred space where memories are made, stories are shared, and people come together around food and fire. We're here to help you create those moments by testing the best gear, sharing proven recipes, and showing you how to own your backyard. Smithey pans aren't for everyone. They're quite expensive, so let's find out why. The number 12 skillet is what I would call the flagship of Smithey Cast Iron. If you check their bestsellers page on the Smithy website, the number 12 skillet is first on the list and where many people start with their cast iron collection. The pan measures 12 inches at the top rim and 10.5 inches on the bottom cooking surface. The pan is 2¼ inches deep and weighs right around 8.5 pounds. There are 3 holes in the helper handle and a hole in the handle so it can be hung from either side. There are 2 pour spouts on the 12-inch skillet, one on each side. The 12-inch griddle has a 10.5-inch cooking surface, is 1/3 of an inch deep, and weighs right around 7 pounds. Smithey pans are made in the USA, specifically in Charleston, South Carolina. What sets these pans apart from most cast iron is the super smooth, polished cooking surface. Most cast iron is pretty jagged on the bottom, and things really stick hard. Smithy is polished and behaves differently, and I think the best way to show you is to fire it up. Smithy sent us these pans to use, test, and torture here at the Barbecue Lab. They didn't tell us to make a video. No notes were sent our way. They don't get to see this content before it goes live. And we're just going to show you our experience with these skillets. We aren't getting paid to make this video, so if that kind of content is for you, let's dive in. To test the sear that Smithy can put on a steak, we fired up the gas range at home and set it to medium-high on the 12-inch flat top. I grabbed a bacon-wrapped filet from the grocery store and put it down on the pan without any oil or butter. After a few minutes, here's what the sear looked like. I went ahead and put the steak into a 400-degree oven to finish cooking and pulled it out when we got an internal temperature of about 135 degrees using our ThermoWorks Sizzle thermometer. A little searing of the bacon here at the end, and lunch was served. By the way, if you're getting value out of this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you want more videos like this. We set our gas range to a level 4 out of 10, so just below medium, and let the flat top warm up for about 5 minutes. I wanted to see if I could cook an egg without any oil or butter and still get it to release from the pan. It took a little effort to get it to release using a metal spatula, but the egg came up without much trouble. I can't say that I've ever experienced that on a cast iron pan until now. I put down some butter and tried another egg, and the cooktop acted like a skating rink. 0 problems cooking an over medium egg on these pans. Now, we do a lot of baking with our cast iron, and biscuits sounded like a good test to run. We popped open a can of Grands and laid them out in the 12-inch skillet. After cooking according to the package directions, here's how they looked coming out of the oven. The biscuits released from the pan really easily, and the doneness of the bottom of the biscuits matched the color of the rest of the biscuit exterior. These are easy pans to bake in. Now, since we have biscuits, it makes sense to run a pour test by cooking up some sausage gravy. Half a tube of sausage browned up very nicely in the number 12 skillet, getting crispy bits of sausage that will be lovely in this dish. A little flour and milk along with a few shakes of our essential equation SPG seasoning, and our gravy is done. There are pour spouts on both sides of the number 12, and pouring it went better than I thought it might. I did this one-handed, which is difficult since this pan is heavy. It's way easier if you hold both the handle and the relief handle and let someone else do the scraping for you. Now, if you want to check out pricing and learn more about Smithy pans, we have links down in the description below for you. From the number 12 pan combo to all of the other cooking goodness on the Smithy site, we have those down below when you're ready to consider a purchase. If you use our links, it will help out the channel, and we can keep bringing you testing just like this for more of your favorite gear. Now, after the steak cook, it was a good time to clean the pans and see what it takes to get them back to storage ready. I started with a bit of warm water and a Grill Rescue Forever sponge. Most everything came off except for the crusty stuck-on bits. I grabbed the metal spatula and just a couple of scrapes and all the debris was off the pan. I tried a stainless steel mesh sponge to see if it would get anything additional off, and I really didn't see a difference. Here is a difference that you'll hear from most cast iron to this Smithy pan. You can use soap when cleaning these. I would say that we already got the hard work done on this clean with the metal spatula and the Forever sponge, but this time around, that was the case. If it was something way deeper and harder, I would use more soap and give this a real washing. That's good to know as you look at these as a consideration for your kitchen. The last step that I take is to put about a teaspoon of neutral oil into the pan and spread it around with a paper towel to coat the pan. If I see spots that are looking like bare metal, I'll put the skillet on the burner and let it season for a few minutes. This pan is ready to store or fire up for the next meal, and compared to some of my budget cast iron, this is quite a bit easier to clean. To see if we could get even heating on the number 12 flat top, I put it on the largest burner of our gas range and let it heat up for about 5 minutes before running a pancake test. These are Melissa's famous buttermilk pancakes, and I'll link up in the card above if you want that recipe. Melissa fit about 4 3.5-inch pancakes on the flat top, and there wasn't any sticking or trouble with the evenness. With any pan, if you have a small burner heating only a portion of the cookware, you'll have hot spots. But in this pancake test, I was pleased with the evenness of the cook, even on a burner much smaller than the bottom of the pan. I know we've already done some biscuits on the number 12 skillet, but one of our favorite uses of our cast iron is cornbread on the pellet grill. The 12-inch skillet has become our de facto cornbread pan for all of our get-togethers, and we use our pellet grill as an oven more than our actual oven at home. Smithy had no problem with the uneven heating that's found in most pellet grills, and the cornbread was cooked evenly with no visible hot spots. Like I said at the top of this video, the number 12 flat top fits as a lid on the number 12 skillet, and to show that, we're steaming some carrots for our dinner. We cut carrots into rounds, added in a bit of water, and let the number 12 skillet get things tender. After about 10 minutes, we mixed in some butter and brown sugar, and the kids didn't leave any leftovers of their veggies for this meal. So let's address the elephant in the room: price and warranty. We're talking about American-made cast iron, not overseas or south of the border imports, so you know this isn't going to be cheap. At the time of this video, the number 12 combo set that includes both the number 12 skillet and the number 12 flat top griddle is priced at $300. The number 12 skillet by itself is $220, and the griddle is $140. So by picking up the combo, you save $60. I know that $300 for 2 pans isn't for everybody, but as I mentioned before, these pans will outlast my generation and be here when I'm gone. I've heard the saying, buy once, cry once, and I think that certainly applies here. The warranty on the Smithy website states, we stand behind the quality of our cookware and will do what it takes to earn your satisfaction. If your Smithy is defective, we'll replace it. If it fails you after honest and normal use, we'll repair or replace it. That sounds like a lifetime warranty to me, which is nothing less than I'd expect from a company putting out something of this quality and this price point. I've shown you a lot of things about these pans, but let me wrap all of this up into a few thoughts after months of cooking with the number 12 combo. First, let's talk about how heavy these pans really are. Weighing in between 6 and 9 pounds, they're not exactly something you're going to be picking up with one hand while it's full of food. I can do it, but not for very long. Using the relief handle is pretty much a mandate for me when I'm cooking. The cooking evenness wasn't a problem in our use. As long as we used an appropriate sized burner for the size of the pan and gave it a little time to warm up, it held the heat very well. I wouldn't expect to fire up your burner and have this pan ready to go in 30 seconds. There's a whole lot of cast iron to heat up, and you should really plan for that. The pans come seasoned, but you'll need to keep them seasoned. If you cook with tomatoes or something very acidic, you'll want to check your seasoning afterwards. Washing them was easy and much easier than the other few brands I have here at the lab. Now, when Smithy says that these are heirloom pieces, I think they're absolutely right. These pans will outlast me and get passed down to my kids when it's time. And I love that Smithy will engrave the pans for you if you want. And to me, that just adds to the heirloom quality. I really like these pans, and they also have carbon steel, which that's a whole nother video. If you haven't subscribed, now's a good time because you never know what we're working on for future videos. This video has been all about cast iron, but if you're still trying to decide which cookware is right for you, check out this video where we put the hybrid hex-clad pans to the test as you're finding the right fit. I'm David with the Barbecue Lab. Behind the spatula is my lovely wife, Melissa. Thanks for joining us, and we can't wait to see you on the next one.